A rejuvenated Congress in the Lok Sabha, led by its Vice-President Rahul Gandhi, has suddenly made the Modi government jittery. But the Modi government is in no mood to back down, in keeping with the decision taken during the BJP's national executive earlier this month. The party is expected to put up a stiff defense of the land bill as envisaged by the government. There is a BJP Parliamentary Party meeting today to churn out a strategy to counter the Congress over the land bill. BJP leader Rajiv Pratap Rudy took a dig at the Congress, saying that corporates in India thrived for 50 years under the Congress. He also added that Rahul Gandhi has just come back from a long vacation and he needs to learn more about this country.
आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी गरीबों के लिए, किसानों के लिए कमिटेड है और मुझे लगता है कि कुछ तथ्यों का अभाव था। थोड़ी तैयारी बेहतर करनी होगी उन्हें।
अंत तक विरोध करते रहेंगे और देश के किसान, देश का पूरा कृषि क्षेत्र आज समझ गए हैं, उनको एहसास हो गया है कि ये मोदी सरकार किसान विरोधी सरकार है।
Let's now cut across live to Brijesh Pandey, who joins us from outside Parliament. Brijesh, the all-crucial BJP Parliamentary Party meeting is expected in just a short moment from now. Just take us through what really is going to be the strategy from here on. Because, you know, it's not really much about Rahul Gandhi and the way he spoke or what he spoke and that he left everyone spellbound. That's not really the issue. The issue is that perhaps for the BJP in general and Narendra Modi in particular, this may be a cause of worry that the entire opposition is ganging up on him.
Is that, you know, ever since bad weather and most of the crops being damaged, the Congress President Sonia Gandhi undertook a worldwide tour of the states where the farmers were most affected, and the Modi government was slightly late off the hook, slightly late off the mark to reach those places. And they have been, Congress has been partly successful in conveying an image or portraying an image where BJP was being seen as an anti-farmer. This is the reason, Sanket, that you remember in the last 1 month, more than 8 cabinet ministers of NDA government have actually made a tour to 9 states where farmers were hit by bad weather. And the biggest worry for the BJP is more than the strategy to counter the Congress. They want a strategy in place where they are effectively able to articulate to the people that, you know, that this government is in effect a very pro-poor government. And basically, if you remember, on Sunday they held a one-day workshop for all their MPs, and the underlying thesis for that day program was just to tell them that please don't feel on the back foot as far as our schemes and our policies are concerned, and please understand the policy and please take it to the masses, please articulate it to them about exactly what this government wants to do. So I think today also that particular message will be reinforced. The member of parliaments will be told that you need not go back on the back foot, don't get worried by what you read in newspapers and hear on television. Understand the policies and please make sure that you are able to articulate it better to the public at large. Sanket?
So there is some sense of nervousness as far as the BJP is concerned, because they're looking for a better strategy, something better than what they're already manifesting at this moment.
Well, absolutely. There is a sense of nervousness, and there is a section of media which, there's a section of BJP which felt, you know, that the land acquisition bill which was introduced, and initially, you know, there were talks of that if the opposition doesn't listen to the government in the Rajya Sabha, then they will call for joint session to bulldoze through the land ordinance bill. Didn't quite went down well with the masses, and it also led to a certain degree of image of the government of being pro-corporate and pro-industrialist crept in. So to counter this, the government this time I spoke to Parliamentary Affairs Minister Venkaiah Naidu yesterday a couple of times, and both times he stressed that, you know, that there is no way that they are going to go for a joint session of Parliament in this budget session. They will wait for this. They will get the bill cleared in Lok Sabha and send it to Rajya Sabha. And if the wisdom of the House doesn't prevail, then so be it, because they want to now expose the double speak of Congress when it comes to land acquisition bill rather than force it. It's a new strategy, because the government feels that if they want to bulldoze through it, then the image of pro-corporate tag might haunt them to a greater degree in the coming sessions of the parliament. Sanket?
Well, it's interesting that you make that point, because going through the ordinance route was perhaps, the opposition was successful in portraying that as this government's effort at bulldozing or railroading legislation, and that's a tag that the government wants to shed with immediate effect. That's the point that Brijesh Pandey is making at this moment. Many thanks, Brijesh, for joining us this morning. We'll of course keep coming back to you to get what more is the strategy of the Treasury benches.